to the Word Over TV on KEBN Radio. Jay Ruck in the house.
What's up, fam?
Got Roz in the house as well.
Hello, people.
Trying to reach over. And we got a new team member in the house. Vanessa. Woo! V-Dub.
Hey.
So y'all, it's about to be foolery Saturday up in here. How's everybody week been going?
Long, hard, and continuous.
And hot.
Very. Yeah. Sweaty, musty, dirty, just scummy.
Not musty.
Musty.
Toe jamming.
I smelled a couple of people.
Toe jamming too. Toe jamming.
That's that little feet though, bro.
Right, that's that stuff that's stuck in the corner.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
They gotta peel the skin off of it.
Bruh, you gonna need an SOS, man.
That's what, ooh.
Put it there.
Ooh. Scrape it.
My man, we gotta put work in Myra's feet. Get that sander out there. We're gonna go to the track, y'all. We'll be right back with the foolery. Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Oh, man.
That's a toe jam with a crack.
Everybody already in crunk mode, foolery mode.
Yes.
All right, here's a question. Coercion.
Answer.
I'm about to lose my train of thought dealing with y'all over here, man. Yeah, oh, I can't believe I forgot it like that.
Sorry. Deal with 45.
No,
45.
It'll come back to me.
The COVID.
Huh?
The COVID.
Ain't Rona.
Ain't rolling
Ain't
up?
Rona.
Man,
But she ain't no relative to me.
I tell you. It'll come back to me. But anyway, this week, okay, here we go. This is something that's different. What do y'all think about the schools going back? And by me and her working with the school district, I personally believe we really should. We should go like we did during the spring break era with a computer at home. But then Roz brought up the point too is that because some parents have to work, and what would they do with their kids if they don't have anybody to watch them? Like I said, y'all, this is a real interesting, confusing, tough time.
Yes.
Do you think they should go ahead and let them go to school?
I'm torn because I feel like if it's so unsafe, right? Our numbers have risen so dramatically. If it's so unsafe, then why would we send our babies, our children, back out into that unsafe environment? But on the flip side, I see what Roz is saying too. Parents, some of them don't have the beauty of being able to work at home. They have to get out of the house to work. What do you do with the kids? You can't put them in daycare because I think the daycares are still closed, right?
They're open. So my daughter works for daycare, but the only thing is they don't have enough kids that's in the work at home.
Yeah, so it's a catch-22. So I'm really torn. I feel bad for the kids though, because I just feel like their socialization has really been stripped from them. And we really don't know what these kids are dealing with mentally.
Now here comes the curveball. The Attorney General is now stating that private schools and churches, they have a right to go ahead and do what they please of opening up.
Oh, I hear that.
That's the money thing.
Oh, yeah. And see, you're trying to do that state separate church thing. And I think it's the First Amendment right. But if you're going to do it for the church, you might as well do it for the whole state. And see, here's the other thing about that. Because you're willing to go ahead, the numbers are high. So you mean tell me you're willing to go ahead and let the private schools and churches go ahead and get out of that.
Right.
But keep the public schools. No, let them do what they want to do. I'm sorry, let them do what they want to do. If they say, no, we're closed. The public schools have to be open. And like me and Ross talked about, some of the politicians and people up with money, their kids are already in private school.
Most of them homeschool too, but
Yeah.
my whole take on it is the thing that tripped me out is when they released some prisoners because of COVID, but yet still you want children to go to school. That don't add up to me. And so what are you saying? Like that don't make sense. Is it dangerous or is it not? See, they're throwing a lot of confusion out there.
And one lady said on Good Morning America, and she makes a good point. She said, I really don't, like you say, she said, I really don't trust this because it seems like it could either be a hoax or this is a political thing. And I heard one lady say this morning on the news about keeping kids in school. She said for high schoolers, you really, in the sense that they're not going to school, you're preparing them for college anyway.
True.
Because when you go to college, you're basically doing something like this now,
Pretty much.
you know. But for elementary,
Yeah.
that's where it gets kind of real sticky. If middle school, they're in between, exactly. And so, you know, my thing is, now you got 45 saying he's not going to make it a mandate for everybody to wear this mask. Or you got the governor of Georgia that wants to sue the mayor of Atlanta over the mask. How you have a governor want to sue the mayor
Yeah, I ain't never
in
heard of
your
that
own,
before.
in your own state?
It's crazy.
So basically, the Constitution is out the window now.
Pretty much
Pretty
so.
much.
Pretty much so.
Constitution is just
Oh, we
gone.
have one?
Yeah, right, exactly. Right.
Don't get me started.
Right. Then you got people who saying, you know, it ain't meant for us anyway.
It's not.
Mm.
The 4th of July, I mean, the 4th of July not either.
What?
4th of July.
Oh, you lie.
4th of July.
You lie.
Yeah. They
So
lie.
that's just like they talk about United States of America. No, we ain't united. We're divided.
Yeah.
We're divided states of America. That's what we are. We've been divided for centuries. Ease. Yeah. Because we've never been united.
No. No.
We have been. Let's just put it on there because I don't know who put it on there because when you first stole the land from the natives, that was your kickoff right there. You wasn't united.
Right. Well, they were united. They were.
They were, right,
Yeah.
right.
You have to look at it too. Why was it written and who was it written for? It wasn't for us. So therefore, their mindset when they stated, you know, as far as using the word united, it was only unity for those particular group of people. You know, we were still excluded. You can't be united. We can't be a part of that if we actually look at it as property. Property is not considered unity. That's property to be sold off and used. So anything you use, you can't unify anything. And you can't reunify and have reunification for something that's supposed to be sold.
That's it.
So that wasn't for us.
No.
Never.
So therefore it should, if you want to be realistic, someone needs to step in and actually rewrite the Constitution because it's not for us. If we were, or we need to change our whole mindset and bring it back, but it's going to take God to wash a lot of that mindset
If
away.
you try to rewrite it, then you definitely gonna have some situations.
It's going to be, yeah, because
A friend of mine was on Facebook. He was really venting about voting. You know, to the point of saying he wasn't going to vote. And I read his post, me and Ross both, and we were like, can you give us some understanding why you're saying you now see the meaning of why black men don't vote? Give me some meaning to that. You can't say all black men don't vote. And as he said how the Democrats and the Republicans, you know, how Democrats are not really doing much for the black community. I said, you know, this is the thing that we got to get up off of. You never, ever, 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 don't have a 100.9% perfect politician.
True.
Whether Democrat or Republican or even independent, you're not going to have a perfect politician. So get that out your mind.
Right.
Now, another thing, number two, any politician ain't really did anything for the black community.
Negroes.
Democrat or, now, I voted for Obama both terms. But there were some things I disagreed with what he did, to be honest with you. So that's fair play. You see what I'm saying? That's fair play. So if it's because he's black, don't mean I'm going to agree with everything he says. Dr. Jeremiah Wright said, those are the same color as you are, don't mean they for you. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is on that is, that's number two. The number three is, okay, if my ancestors and them died for us to vote, then I'm going to use what they gave us to vote for. If it's for the Democrat Party, if it's for the Republican Party, I'm not going to agree with everything. And really, to be honest, it should be that way. I'm not going to be no yes person for you. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, then we got on the part was what's going on now. And anybody that's listening, you're really going to hear pet peeve. I'm really getting tired of hearing blacks say, what have they done for us? What have they done? Okay, no, they haven't done it, but change is happening right now.
That's true.
And if you don't see that, I don't know what to tell you, because it's happening. Look at the Redskins. They changing the name of their team. They're taking down the monuments. Now it's just been posted that Pentagon banned all Confederate flags
Oh, wow.
every base.
Good.
So if that ain't part of change,
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah.
It may not be happening the way we really want it to happen, but it got to start from somewhere.
And bro, I was so excited. I heard, was it North Carolina?
Yep.
Are you
Reparations.
Yes.
Yes.
They're getting reparations.
Did we say we were ready to move?
Yeah.
Trying to get a check.
But
What?
the kicker is,
Wait, get it and move back.
You know, there is a catch.
you know there's a kicker to that
You're not
reparations.
just, they're not going to just give you
No.
anything.
They're not giving the
Oh, they ain't
they're
give
not giving you
nothing.
money. What they're doing is, if I read it correctly, they're creating more resources and accessibility to certain things, but it's not,
No
you know,
check.
they not handing you a check.
That's all right.
Right.
Something's better than
Well,
nothing.
you know, of course, as you get, you have to work for anything. I mean, sometimes some,
We work for
well,
400
like we said, but I'm saying that some communities don't even have resources. So,
Wait. As a matter of fact, now I can say this. Jay,
wait a minute, first of all, you didn't work.
we were in the house.
I can see
I
that.
know I was in the field.
Let me break up my little fan.
I know. Let's talk about we work. He didn't work. He didn't work.
Boss, I can see you doing that. Oh, that ninja running.
With a sandwich in my hand.
Boss, fat back and cold ball.
Yeah, I'm a little boy on life with a gun.
I can't stand you, baby. I can't stand you.
Look at Rod's face.
Boss, he picked his pocket.
I got a map that they drew last night.
You know, where's my daddy? Where's his soul?
Wait, we ain't got no bleep, but you gonna say something from him. I ain't got
No, you know, I have to
I
keep
ain't
it.
got no beat. When it comes from Gene, I gotta have a beat.
No, I have to
have a
keep
beat.
it. No, this is not unfiltered. It's filtered.
What's going on?
Okay.
No, he's just saying
Jeans
that.
go hard.
Oh, yeah.
Hard is light. That's a light word to
That's
him.
pretty, oh,
Yes.
he smash.
That's it.
Okay, smash.
Gene smash.
Yeah. He's just, well, he didn't like certain people.
Certain.
Certain people.
Now, what do you?
He said, y'all snitches. Y'all made him change his last name.
I'm thinking about changing my name.
What?
What you changing it to?
I don't know, something African.
Okay.
Oh, no.
It's too European.
Man, I see Jay running across that field.
It's too European.
He's running, boss.
I'm missing boss, cause he moved.
I'm done.
See, and we talking about all these white folks here. They want about black on black crime.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely just. Okay, we're trying to be serious. With it.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
I can't.
My head hurt. My head hurt.
Now, here's the thing, man. Now, somebody did say, they said the numbers are showing that white on white crime is higher than black on black.
I ain't saying anything.
Yeah. Well, it was a friend of mine, she did post it.
No, I mean, I don't see it. Like on TV.
Well, yeah. But you gotta admit though, okay, you gotta admit that when, I saw where she was coming from, but like you said, I don't see it being displayed the way she said. But when I look at local news, I'm seeing mamas, black mothers on TV crying, and you hear someone get up, we gotta stop this, you know. And my thing is whether we recognize, we holler on Black Lives Matter. I look at it till we recognize how important Black Lives Matter with ourselves first. Then I believe we can start yelling out Black Lives Matter. Because it has to start with us first.
It does.
You know, and how do we do that? You got the drug dealers, you got the gangs, you got
Mean mugging. It just,
yeah.
Right.
My brother looked at me yesterday and rolled his eyes. I'm like, okay, where's your skirt? For one.
Well, on this skirt.
Yeah, where's your skirt? For one. I'm like, bro, are you serious? Like, for real? We doing this now?
Did he snap his fingers too?
No, he didn't do that one.
I thought he. I don't know.
That was-
Two snaps in a circle. Yeah, with a twist.
With a twist. Yeah.
So,
But, yeah.
I'm against that as well, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind, you know, one thing I don't mind the marching and the protesting. I'm for that. But to still do that, but then we still kill ourselves, we're defeating the purpose. Because not only we got to look out for ourselves killing each other, we got to look out for the police, brutality as well. So we're getting it from both sides.
Yep.
So my thing is, if we're going to say when it's going to stop, let's hit both sides. Okay, we talking about here, the police brutality, but when is it going to stop on ourselves? Like you said, she showed the numbers as far as higher white on white, but like you said, I don't see it being displayed that much. I'm sure you got Hispanics killing one another, but you don't see it being displayed that much as more as blacks doing it to each other.
Yeah, that's what they want to show, us being savages, evil.
We'll be fired, man.
Huh?
We'll be fired, I said.
Why, savage?
We'll be fired.
Why?
Right? With Nick Cannon, both of y'all out with Ruben,
Oh, man.
selling t-shirts.
Oh, Nick.
But we didn't.
Now, what was wrong with what he said, though?
Why, because it was the truth.
Okay.
It
well,
just
why-
depends on who it came from.
Exactly, exactly. Because 45 can get up and say the savages and all that, doing the right.
There's all those kind
Yeah.
of words.
And
then some.
NFL players, bees, and all that. But nothing said or done to him. But my man said, like you said, he tells the truth, and he gets fired.
It's fired.
And quick. But that's all good.
Yeah. Let's go to a track, y'all. This one is 1, 2, 3 Praise by Virtue, featuring old school rapper T-Bone.
You're going to be all right. I wouldn't have.
You saying, Ross?
I was saying that why have to, you know, use, as you say, sow a seed to seal this word? Why I have to? If God didn't give me that, you know, in my spirit to sow,
Well, you don't get
why
it.
okay, I'm gonna get it, but why is that been taught? To sow the, you know, to seal His word,
You seal
sow
the
it.
word. The word to me is already sealed.
So why I'm sowing?
And preach. Why I gotta do a financial sealing? Now, if y'all wanna do a financial sealing, contact me on the word of T New.
You have
Pick a
seen
pocket ministry. You know what? I just got another vision.
Oh, God.
Everybody got conferences though. You ever notice that? Almost every church got a conference.
Sure.
I'm starting Pick a Pocket Conference.
Okay.
You see her face, she's like, okay. But now, I'm gonna go back to what Rod said. I'm gonna go back to Rod said real quick about sealing.
Silly.
What I don't understand, it's been going on for years, and it's still going on to this day, is how is it the man or woman of God gets up to the pulpit and say, God showed me there's 7 people who are going to bless them, offer $100. But then when you get down to the offer, you got like 25, 35 people.
Yeah.
I thought you said he said 7. So my thing is, you will get my attention even more if you stopped it literally at 7.
Okay.
And the rest would be just a regular offering. But the 7 is the one that came down and you said, God said. See, that's what, and at least in Jeremiah, we got to be careful with that because God said there are people lying on me on saying what I've said and I didn't say it. So when I see somebody say, there's 8, number 8. They go all deep with it. 8 is the number of the new beginning. Come down. You got $200 on you. It's a new beginning, and you got people coming down. Now, see, this is me, and I know it's just me. Why I'm literally counting.
You know, I've never counted. I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah.
I've never counted.
I've been doing it for years, man. When they do that, I'll be right there watching, and I'm literally counting. And I'm like, you passed 7. You're now at 18. You're now at 22.
And you ain't stopped.
You ain't stopping.
Right.
Only way it's stopped, you don't see nobody else coming. Then you got the $50 line coming. Then you got the $25 line coming. Then you got the $15. And once you get closer to $10, just bring whatever you can. That should have been at the very beginning, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna start to count now.
Does that deal with that faith-based initiative? T-New? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. He went in, y'all.
We passed 7. Look at my boat.
T, don't do it. Don't do it. You can do the stank face.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's right.
He put his finger on it.
But yeah, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing churches, y'all. It's just to the point of if we're gonna go and say we're gonna go by the word of God, then if you say God said, then truly meaning what God said. So if I get up and say God said 7, then you need to stop at 7.
What would impress me if he actually called him by name?
Bro, I'll probably leave.
That's
I'll probably leave. No, I'll probably leave.
Why would you leave?
Because my name didn't get called.
That's selfish.
I want my name called.
Don't you want, okay?
But then again, wait. Thomas! Lord, I ain't got it right now.
I'm no show. No
You
show.
wait to payday?
Little show.
Little show.
Little show.
Wait. Can anybody buy a loan?
You think I got change for 10?
Touch your neighbor.
Touch your neighbor.
Bro. The Lord said for me to touch you. You got 20 grand.
That ain't right. What your
I'm sweating over here, bro.
What your coworker say?
We're gonna go to hell, bro.
I'm gonna go to hell. Gasoline draw. Match in the pocket.
But see, even to the point, now, and you mentioned that.
What's that?
I would be more impressed when you have somebody that's giving prophetic word and they called you out by name.
I would probably pass out.
I'll be like, can we talk?
I would just,
Bro,
you know.
can we talk in the back? I don't know what you're ready to say. Go in the back.
Come over here.
Right here. Yeah. Come to me. Come to me.
Bro.
Call me. Yeah.
Call me.
Now, I will say this.
I'm done.
Just text.
You done?
Just text it to me.
Yes, that's it.
Just text it all
Email
over
mine.
to me.
Just email mine.
Can you text me that?
I don't know who's watching the text.
See?
My email is pickapocketyahoo.com.
And one side.
One side. Now check it out. I will say this. When I hear people say, when they get prophetic word, God's going to do some things in your life. What are the things?
More
Be
specific.
specific.
Yeah.
Because the God I serve is detailed.
D-K. D.
There are going to be some things happening in your life. What things?
Right. Good, bad, I need to know.
Now, I did experience this, and it literally blew me away. I'm at the back of the church, this lady was in a revival, and she was giving out the prophetic word, okay? And she pointed me out. She said, brother in the back. Now, the wall's right here, right? I'm literally the brother in the back.
Oh, it's a wall.
Dang, she must be talking to me. And she called me down. She called me down. And I never forget it, man, because she had 1 tooth.
Oh,
Right here, 1 tooth.
okay. That was memorable.
A few
Okay.
missing on the side. And
That's memorable. It is.
very,
Very.
CB-dubs. And on the real side, she, what blew me away was, she said, you're a preacher. I looked at her, and this is what God got. She said, wait. Hold up. You just been called to preach. I was like, and then she went forward with it. Now, that to me was an eye opener.
Yeah.
And I'm at one brother one time called me down and he said, gosh, hey, you supposed to be with this church. See, brother,
They lost you.
you don't know the concept of prophetic word though, because God would be with me first before he go to you. In other words, God will give me the direction. You will give me the confirmation.
Yeah.
So you trying to give me direction.
Without confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do I really know?
But here's my thing about the whole, I've always wondered this.
Come on, brother.
Why won't God just tell me?
But see, that's the way it's supposed to work.
Right.
Right. that's
Because
what-
if you look at the Old Testament, when God spoke to them in the Old Testament, he spoke to them. Right, exactly. But then he will send the confirmation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, but you got people, man, I'm not going to stay on too long, but you have people that when they get a prophetic word, they start treating these prophets like they're celebrities.
Yeah.
You know, wherever they go, that's where they got to go. They
Yeah.
want to get a word. So actually what you're really doing on an undercover role, you're really doing it like you're going to see a palm reader.
It's not good.
Because when you go to palm readers, they're telling you your future.
Yeah.
And then if you got somebody that say they by chance hit a good point, because I had a coworker that had a palm reader, went to like clockwork. So when you get a prophet or prophetess and they prophesy to you by chance they hit one, then you start them particular people start following them,
Right. Yeah.
just like they're a palm reader. So now your trust is no longer in God, it's in them.
That's where the weight comes in.
Hmm?
Sometimes they go to the, if you say the palm reader or the people that they trying to receive from, you know, they don't want to wait. Sometimes we can't hear because we have excess noise. You know, and we actually really have other stuff that make us confused and a lot of extra curriculum stuff that's going on that's taking over that keeping us busy from hearing. Sometimes we just can't stand still and or sit long enough to remain quiet and shut everything else off to hear because we want that quick response.
Microwave stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to say, yeah, we want that quick response, so we can't hear from, we can't wait on God to get it. So
That's why
I'm
we-
gonna search someone else to get it.
That's why we rather hear God say no than wait.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, the
a
wait
lot
is
of us in the body of Christ don't want God to develop patience in us. Now, I've heard Christians say that, I don't want patience. I've literally heard that.
Wow.
But I'm like, in roundabout ways, in different ways of your life, you do have to have some certain type of patience in
Eventually
your life.
you do.
You have to.
You got to.
You got to run that check.
Got to.
But that's where anxiety comes from.
Hmm?
Anxiety.
Say it again.
Anxiety.
It's
Sometimes
self-induced though.
it is, but like you said, self, because
Yeah.
we try and hurry up and get something. And so the anxiety build up because we don't know what to do. So we don't search someone to get the answer.
That's it.
Running around like crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you still don't have peace.
Stressing ourselves out.
Oh, for what? Something that you can't control.
Right, exactly. And so, I think we got into, before, we'll do it another time, we did with the horoscopes and all that, because you got Christians in the Christian body, they all into the horoscope thing, but we'll get into that later. Let's go to a track, y'all, actually we're going to do a little drops real quick.